Hey YouTube, it's Laura here, and you may remember me from a little section I used to have on my channel called Laura Talks Anime. I haven't done that in a really long time, but I wanted to talk about a topic that has been controversial for a while now, but has come up recently thanks to this whole issue with the Funimation dub of Prison School. Why do I want to talk about this? Because I literally cannot believe Funimation did what they did to Prison School. So let's talk about dubs and anime. Anime dubs. A lot of people hate them, a lot of people love them. I'm cool with either one as long as we have a good dub, right? Recently, however, I think that the quality of dubs has gone down drastically. Back in the day, we used to have some pretty amazing dubs. A lot by Viz Media. I don't know why Viz Media had like a really good dubbing company. I remember the Inuyasha dub being amazingly good, and I think that was done in Canada. I don't know, maybe that's the difference. Maybe like the Canadian dubs are better, the Canadian voice actors are better. Inuyasha had a fantastic dub. Other shows like Full Metal Alchemist, which Funimation did, it still had a great dub. It was like really well produced and really well done. And Naruto, also by Viz Media, the original Naruto series, had a pretty solid dub. Like, I know we complain a lot about it because of the use of phrases like believe it and stuff like that, but you know, if we overlook that, it had a decent dub with decent voice actors and a wonderful script. And that is where anime dubs are lacking today. The script. It's not so much the quality of the acting. Like, I could really care less if a certain character doesn't really sound like I thought he would, because obviously it's different people doing these voices. They're not gonna sound the same. But what really, really annoys me is when they change the script to broaden the audience or whatever, and it just ends up being terrible. That's been happening a lot recently, and that's what's apparently happening with the Funimation dub of Prison School. Recently, Funimation dubbed Free Eternal Summer, one of my favorite animes in the last few years, like the whole series, Free. And to be honest, even though I wasn't happy with the cast at first, I really didn't mind the voices during the show. Maybe some acting was better than others, but I really didn't mind that part. What really bothered me was this terrible script writing. They turned characters into completely different people, and they said these things that these characters would probably never say, just to make it more marketable, I suppose, because the Japanese original was marketed to a specific audience of women who were into yaoi, and for some reason the American dub thought it could be funnier for, you know, international audiences or Western audiences, and it just ended up being bad, extremely bad. Like, so bad it became like a dude bro fest, and we've all seen like the shit running around the internet about it. So the script was horrendous, and I think that's what's happening with Prison School also. I haven't seen the original Prison School in its entirety, but I know a lot about it because I have a lot of friends that really enjoy it. And the stupidity of putting the Gamergate incident into a dub of an anime just does not, it doesn't compute in my head. Like, why would you do that? The only reason I can think of is they were trying to get attention, or they were trying to be funny, but it's not really funny. It doesn't fit into the anime you're putting it into. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's why I think people are so mad. When you are dubbing an anime, you are translating from a language into another language. Like any translation of a novel from the original language into English, or from English into Spanish, etc. You can't just do whatever the fuck you want with that original material. You are buying a copyright. That doesn't mean you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Okay? You have to adapt it. And adapt means having perhaps some minimal changes, some things that won't work in another language. That's happens in all kinds of translation processes. But completely changing characters and the script just to dumb it down, I guess, for American audiences is really stupid. Especially considering that most people that buy these anime have already seen the original in the first place. So, of course they're gonna compare it. Of course they are. Even if they love dubs, they're gonna compare it to the original. Everyone does that. It's like a movie adaptation of a book. You're always gonna compare it to the original no matter how good it is. So, when it's really shitty scripts, people are gonna get really mad. And they're gonna complain. So, I don't know what's really happening in the anime industry, and specifically in Funimation. Funimation has a lot of shit going on. It's not even just the dub process, though that's a big part of what they do, obviously, but they're just really not doing a good job. Recently, the Free Eternal Summer release got delayed, and they didn't notify anyone. I found out because I was scrolling through Anime News Network and I saw an article about it. But Funimation has made no official announcement that it was delayed. And I think that's just shitty business in their part. You just don't work like that when you have a business. If you have people that are buying your product, you need to keep them informed if your product is delayed. It's just logical to me. I don't know. And, you know, they had that problem. They have had a lot of delays for various reasons, which is never good. We have this issue with the release of Evangelion 3.0. We don't even know what's been going on, and that dub was supposed to come out, like, what, 2 years ago, I believe? So, there's that, and they've also been doing this terrible, horrible thing called speed dubbing that they're doing, where they dub an episode like 1 or 2 weeks after it comes out. I think that's a horrible idea, because we go back to the quality of the translation process here. It keeps getting worse if you do that. Like, I'm pretty sure the fans would rather wait a while to get a good script and a good dub script, a good translation, rather than have a shitty one released every week. It's just logical to me. So I don't know, I think there's like definitely a problem in the anime business in the US again, and that really worries me because it's already happened once. Like, one time the anime industry collapsed here in the US when Sunclose closed, when we lost Bandai. You know, it's just a lot of shit went down in the early 2000s. And it feels like we're gonna hit that again. And this time, it's probably not the economy's fault, but our fault for having companies that are really not handling the business well. So those are my 2 cents on this whole scandal dub controversy. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing Laura Talks Anime again, and this is kind of an introduction to that, so if you'd like to see that again, comment down there, and I will give it a thought, because I have a lot of animes I want to talk about. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, bye bye.